There's people just like you saying the same thing. Rates hit 5.5 tomorrow. Everybody decides, oh, let's go to an open house on Sunday. There's 10 times as many people. And guess what? Price goes up and up and up and up and up.
Mm-hmm.
Supply, demand.
Welcome to We Fixed Real Estate. We've got an action-packed episode here today.
Oh boy.
We are going to be talking about mortgage, Taylor Swift, San Francisco, and of course, the Reddit of the week. Fred, talk me about mortgages. The rates have really changed in the last couple of weeks.
Yes, they have. So I heard that someone finally got to the president and told him stop doing what he's doing, especially with the tariffs, because the only way for rates to drop is to not have inflation. And so after, a good amount of time, he finally kind of realized that. Then last Friday, we got some ugly employment numbers. And guess what? The rates dropped like a rock. So I had this client sitting around. He had I'm going to say $750,000. Yeah, I'm sorry, $850,000 loan. He was paying 6% on a 30-year fixed. What he was looking to do, what we were trying to do, is get it to 5 3/4 with no cost to him on a 20-year. So he's going to cut, at this point, 8 years off his loan. He just got it a couple of years ago. So when the rates came out on Friday, before they came out, I pinged him. I said, dude, this is the day. So when I looked at the rates, all of a sudden I got 5.5 with him paying about $500, but he's going to pay that up front for the appraisal anyway. So he didn't have to build in his loan. And now he's got an even better deal. And we should have even looked at 15-year, which is even better and closer to 5. So, you got to look at the monthly payment. Obviously, it's going to be higher. But if you got 6.5 or above, look into refinancing now. Just get it done. And here's the story so you'll understand it. When you refinance, when you sign the note, it says there's no prepayment penalty. I think I said this last week, but the loan officers are going to tell you, oh, you got to wait 6 months to refi. But you know what? That's because the money they use to pay for all your closing costs are provided by the lender, and the lender doesn't want to get screwed out of this money if you keep refinancing them every week. And so what's happening, the lenders have said, look, if they refi within 6 months, we don't care through who, through what, anything, you have to pay that money back as the broker. So that's why everybody waits 6 months. But you know what? It's not going to make a difference. If anything, rates are going to continue to go down. I don't know how quickly. It depends what happens with the tariffs and pricing. But if we continue on what we're doing now on the anticipation of the tariffs, more people are going to get laid off. There's going to be less jobs created. Hence, the economy is going to slow down. And then the Fed's going to lower or hint that they're going to lower the Fed funds rate, which the market sees that the anticipation of something happen, not the actual events. Make sure you understand that. And I'm happy to go into detail on that. When the anticipation happens, then the rates are going to go down. So you got to follow it every day. We have something that most people do not have, which is live interest rates on our website, arriva.com/rates. There's no need to call the loan officer every day. There's no need for them to call you. It's completely automated. Every time rates change, you'll get the new rate. And then you're getting to a point where you say, hey, I'm ready. Boom, click the button, apply online, fill out your application. We'll run your credit. We'll run you through Fannie Mae's DU or Freddie Mac's LP system, lock your rate, get done. I mean, we lock them as quick as we can. Sometimes the markets actually change really quick. We've had days where we've had 5 rate changes. So what you see is live at that particular second, but that might shut down. So just be careful of that. But obviously, we're going to make sure you agree with what we're locking in for you.
Yeah. But that is a great real-time story of what has been a recurring theme on this podcast, that when the Fed actually lowers interest rates, doesn't mean that mortgage rates are going down. Oftentimes
on those days,
because
everybody knew they were going to do it.
It's just like a stock, sell it on the news.
On the news, exactly.
So it's really these trends, such as high unemployment, low new job creations, that create that environment where interest rates drop. And given your seasoned knowledge, you're able to like capitalize on that. And you're able to take your client from from what I'm hearing was like a 30-year at a 6.5% to a 20-year at a 5.5%.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
beautiful
advice to people, if you're in the news, don't just wait for Jerome Powell to say something.
Yeah.
Keep an idea for the sentiment and go check those live rates.
Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, has nothing to do with the day-to-day interest rates, period. So
very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone that heard the name at the start, how does Taylor Swift fit into all this?
Real estate taxes.
Rhode Island,
which we're not licensed in, and nothing against Rhode Island. They get fabulous pizza. But what they've done is they passed the law that says, if you don't live here as your primary residence, your real estate taxes are going to be categorized as second home or investment. And guess what? You're going to pay more. And, Rhode Island had all these incredible, beautiful luxury resorts and homes that these people, the 1890s Gilded Age people, that was their place to go, is Rhode Island. And those big places are still there. And there's a lot of other nice big places there. So it's great real estate along the water. So they might as well take advantage of, people have more money. So Taylor Swift's not hurting from this. Trust me.
No,
and most billionaires wouldn't hurt from this, but they bitch about it. And that's why we got the tax law now that we got, because billionaires bitched about it.
But is it very low? I mean, it's a tax on $1 million homes and above.
Right.
I guess for a little season being in California, the 1 million is not all that much for a home.
Yeah.
It feels like it should have been a $10 million house and above.
We're on an island in California. I mean, literally with prices and numbers. I mean, you take somebody, lived all their life in small town in Kansas and they come out here and see what $1 million buys.
Yeah. Talk about being on a virtual island. Let's talk about the market in San Francisco heating up.
It's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So I'll give you the example I was going to talk about, but I just thought of something else. My barometer for San Francisco real estate is one thing only. That is 1-bedroom condos in the Embarcadero and that area and Soma, and because there's a lot of them. We had a buyer submit an offer yesterday, cash, clean, waive everything, full price. Well, they got another offer that's pretty similar to that. So they've actually put out a multiple counter offer. So those things are going above market now. There's that much demand. San Francisco is crazy. So the next one I wanted to talk to originally is house out in Richmond, but far out. I mean, it's in the fog. No doubt about it. It's an old house. It's set up as a duplex, but it's got 2 monster heaters that are, gigantic. And it's got all these lines coming out of it that are full of asbestos. I mean, stuff, you got $100,000 before you get in there. It's got like no appliances. So it was listed at like 1,299. We bid like 1,400. And I got an email from the agent who I met, and he said that the offer that they accepted, which was cash clean, clear, and all that, was well above the seller's expectations.
Wow.
Not just above, well above. It hasn't hit yet. I'm surprised. I thought it would have closed quickly, but we'll let you know on the next podcast.
Yeah, once we get this.
The bottom line, if you're interested in San Francisco now, it's back to cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And thank you, Mayor. I mean, the dude's just come in and done stuff, so love it. But the lines are going to get bigger at Furry Building, and that's the best place in the world. If you ever wanted to go on a food, oh my God, go to the Furry Building on Saturday mornings in San Francisco. Way in the back, there's these guys that do these smoked fish. Oh, to die for. I mean, expensive, but I mean, really good. They do these sandwiches, the open face sandwiches, which is unreal. And then way in the front, there's a guy that sells There's rotisserie chicken, but he also sells these porchetta sandwiches that
Oh,
are also to die for. So there's 2 places to go eat in San Francisco Ferry Building. And there's all the fresh produce. I actually know some of these farmers have been going there long enough.
oysters. Last time I was at
The
oysters at Hog
oyster
Island.
place. Yeah.
And what's that? What's the Vietnamese place? For some reason, I forgot the name.
Slanted freaking door. It's
Slanted-
gone. Dude, it's gone.
No, I went to the
Not
original slanted door when they
Out
first
in the Mission.
opened when I was
Right.
living there, and it was like 10 seats.
Right. It's great. I never got there, but I used to go slanted door all the time, every time I was in San Francisco. I loved the place. Pandemic closed it. They opened another one in the East Bay.
Oh,
I haven't been to that one, but they said they are not coming back to the Ferry Building. And then on top of that, after they announced they weren't coming back to the Ferry Building, the owner died.
oh,
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. They were talking about putting another one back in the Mission near where the old one was. I don't know the plans now, but I'm sure, they have the recipes down, but it's unfortunate he didn't get to see it. I'm sorry, I forget his name.
sorry to hear that. Yeah, man.
Wow. Great food.
Mhm.
If you're in the East Bay, I think it's in Dublin. Don't quote me, but Google it.
Huh.
There we go. We got food reviews today.
So yeah, San Francisco's hot. I've got to know here, revisiting old mortgages. Why would somebody revisit a 40, 50-year-old mortgage?
So you're selling a house, okay?
Mhm.
And they run the title report. Most of the time, at least out here, we run it when we list the property so we know what's going on.
Mhm.
I had a buyer who, we looked at the report, we didn't think of anything. They got the place under contract. And then the title escrow person calls me and says, well, there's 2 mortgages on here. One's from the Bank of Marin from about 40 years ago. And they can kind of trail and figure that out, but it didn't say that it was satisfied, but they could work on that one because it's an institution. But then there was a $40,000 loan from Jane Doe, personal person. And it's like, it was between 40 and 50 years old. So Fidelity National, their thing is after 50 years, they will still insure it. The real estate agent on the other side, the listing agent said, oh, well, my company will remove it because it's over 40 years. Okay, fine. I'm not really that concerned. But what the agent also told me is, oh, well, there's a person who was a descendant who is the executor or something like that. And we were trying to get some information from them, but they weren't helpful. And I said, you know what? If a person is out there and knows $40,000 is owed, get it cleared. We're not closing without it.
Mhm.
Okay. So once you know that someone exists, you can't ignore it. If you couldn't find them and it was over 40 years, maybe I'd move it to the other company and, wouldn't be too worried about it as long as my buyer knew about it. But you know what? I pushed it. This agent was kind of pissy about it because we had to extend closing like 30 days.
Mhm.
What are you going to do? So
What's the court ramifications of that? There was a $40,000 debt on the property.
Yeah.
And there's someone alive that still is obliged to that debt.
they claimed years ago, the owner of the debt wrote a little note, it's satisfied, but who has the paperwork? I mean, you have to record the dissolution of the mortgage, the satisfaction of it in the same place that you record the mortgage. They got to know how it comes off. So my escrow company's working on it. We'll have more to report later once they finish it up.
Well, that's why you need to pick a legitimate, serious mortgage broker that understands how to navigate these things.
And real estate agent.
And real estate agent. You don't want to DIY your own mortgage.
No, not on title.
Talking about DIY, let's go to Reddit question of the week, because a lot of people turn to Reddit to help answer their own questions. We're talking about the condo. Mortgage company delayed my closing because of condo approval. What are my options?
Your options, if you didn't have this problem, were to first make sure that the condominium is approvable. Okay. It doesn't have to be fully approved with your lender, but your real estate agent needs to be smart enough to check to make sure this is a condo that's going to be okay. Getting the documents is from the property management company. Sometimes they are freaking nightmare. We hate them more than anyone in the real estate industry because they just have no timeline. They don't care and they overcharge.
Mhm.
I know property management companies that got into the condo management world and just got out of it because it's insane. The people on condominium boards have basically nothing else to do, and this is their highest amount of power they'll ever have. Believe me, the worst thing you could do to yourself is get on a condominium board. Just don't do it. It's clicky. Just about all of them are the same. But occasionally we run into, I have one in San Jose that was fabulous. It was small, 19 units, run by themselves, knew what they were doing. It was great. But I had a big one that screwed up on the SB 536 balcony stuff. Never did it. It was due the end of last year and just never did it. And we all thought it was done. We had a contract. Everybody thought it was done. It wasn't. So the idea is prepare before you make an offer. Know about the condo. They delayed. You know what? You're going to have to ask. I don't know what's in your contract, but you have a mortgage contingency. If you didn't waive the mortgage contingency during the contract period, you still have that mortgage contingency, but now you got to extend the closing date. So you just got to negotiate that one. But the idea is you don't want to get in this position to begin with. You want to have an approved or an approvable condo. And to know what all that is, there's a lot of different things about how many people are in the condo or owners, how much money do you have in reserve? What was a reserve study done in the last 3 years? In California, did you do your SB 536 balcony stuff? It goes on and on and on and on. And just
you brought up two big points there about the reserves. That is a constant theme in this podcast. Make sure that the condo has the reserves before you buy the condo. And also that balcony thing was a surprising thing to me about the fact that your balcony might be okay, but
or even if you don't have a balcony.
You may not have a balcony.
You have a balcony in this property, but it's still affected because it affected the entire condominium. Is there going to be a special assessment? Blah, 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 blah. So there's always questions about that stuff. You're going to see higher condo fees. And with higher condo fees, it's going to be lower prices. Look at Florida. I mean, it's just the way it is. But flip side is San Francisco, we're having bidding wars on condominiums, on 1-bedroom condominiums. So it's crazy out there. But just check it out before you make an offer. That's really the bottom line.
So let's see, as we're wrapping down here, where do we see the market going now? We're in September. Current political scene's about as bonkers as it has been. You think people are settling down and just like, we got to start living and stop worrying about what might happen?
If you're smart, you will. I mean, I hear this stuff, but I don't worry about this stuff. I mean, there's people I talk to and everybody worries. What are you going to do? You can't stop the day to day. You got to live your life. And there's people out there fighting for you, and you have to kind of let them do it. And there's just so much noise. And it's just the noise is hysterical.
It's easy to get consumed by all the chatter and all the noise that we get bombarded by. But in reality, you need to find a place for you to live. You need to find your section and not worry about maybe next week rates are going to be lower. Find the rate today and then get the next rate tomorrow, and don't worry about 30 years.
Don't shop the rate, shop the house. Okay, it's not about the rate. I mean, it's sort of about the rate, but because you're going to wake up every day, you're going to get up, you're going to do things in the house, you're going to leave, you're going to come back, and you got to imagine yourself having that life in that house. Period. That's what it's all about. It's like, with Omar, who was on last week, and we said this, his wife said to me, if she gets this house, I'm, the greatest hero because she loves it. And she loved it. And they got an ugly rate. So, thank God he can afford it. That's the other thing. But in 6 months, we're going to refi him because he's going to be out of his situation and it's going to be all better. And by then it'll be in the 5s. So,
yeah. And to all those people that are like, well, I'm going to wait till start looking for a house once the rates come down. Well, the rates and housing prices are pretty much correlated. As rates come down, housing prices tend to go up.
There's people just like you saying the same thing. So if everybody comes out, rates hit 5.5 tomorrow, everybody decides, let's go to an open house on Sunday. There's 10 times as many people. And guess what? The price goes up and up and up and up and up. Day one of College economics, you learn the first things, two words that are important: supply, demand.
Yes.
Supply, demand. That's it. That's what drives prices up. Demand.
Mhm.
High demand, low supply. People with all these 3% rates, they're not moving. They're selling. People who like living where they're living, they're not moving. Kids who go to school locally, parents aren't moving to another school. So there's not as many houses.
Mhm.
It's that simple. It's really that simple. So,
Well, do what's best for you. Shop the house, not the rate. That's
exactly.
the parting words for today on We Fixed Real Estate.
And we fix mortgages too.
And we are fixing mortgages, but you can also do a variable mortgage too. So
Yes, you can. We variable mortgages. It didn't come out right. And just last, it is refi season. Arrivva.com/rates. Get all the rates. You can click on apply online. We never have to talk. We'll be in a Slack channel. You know, the last thing I want to do is have sales talk with you. I just too busy.
oh yeah, I'd rather chat about restaurants and the latest hockey scores.
It's not hockey season yet.
Well, it's coming.
Let's get into football. Let's get football. It's due. We just got into
I
football
forgot
season,
about that.
and the four important words about football: Dallas sucks. Go Birds.
On that note, this has been another episode of We Fix Real Estate.
Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory.